Alright guys, third story, final story for the day. Nancy Pelosi, I refuse to accept responsibility for the Dems' House loss. Claims Facebook isn't doing enough to suppress stories of voter fraud. Yes, because it's never Nancy Pelosi's fault. It's always somebody else's. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has been talking increasingly heat with her own caucus for House Democrats' dismissal showing the 3rd of November, in which they were widely suspected to expand their majority and instead appear likely to lose 10 or more seats. Disqualification with the electoral results may lead Pelosi to face the first serious intra-party challenge to her leadership in the House since she assumed the mantle of lead House Democrat in 2004. In news conference Friday, Pelosi appeared to tell reporters about Democrats' desire to see another beer bug stimulus package and omnibus-packed pass, and instead of the assembled reporters appear more interested in peppering Pelosi with questions about the future of her leadership in the House. The Hill Center senior staff writer Scott Wong characterized the exchange and Pelosi's testy response on Twitter. Pelosi trotted out a list of excuses, including the assertion that many of the House Democrat seats won in 2018 were in Trump districts. She also credited President Trump with turning out the vote in many of those districts. So she also attempted to accuse Democrats' fears by pointing out that if Biden assumes the presidency, it's big if there, the Democrat Party will have more power, which is always what they want. When asked the point blank a party is shrinking caucus, she claims to be proud of her caucus because even though it's smaller, it's beautifully diverse. Because that's what matters, right? Not how many people you have on the seats, it's because they're diverse. It doesn't matter how many people you have as long as you have those checkboxes. Bringing to mind the old Spinal Tap saw about those people saying when they had become less popular. So she did, however, note that one entity that appeared to deserve flame, Facebook, in response to a question about the electoral interference that implied posts questioning the validity of the count in highly contested states like Pennsylvania and Michigan, Pelosi claimed that Facebook was part of the problem in spite of the platform's aggressive efforts to fact-check those stories. Pelosi says, I'm not a big fan of Facebook. I don't know what they have been doing. I know they have been part of the problem all along. Although conservatives have long complained with apparent justification that Facebook targets conservatives, publications, and figures for disciplinary actions, Pelosi appears to have brought into the facially implausible line that Facebook actually favors conservatives. They do? Anyway. The content appears to be based upon the claim, based on the enormous and dishonest complied data, that the centre-right publication gets more traffic on Facebook, mainly because they aren't anywhere else. If I want to know about mainstream media, if I want to know about the Democrats, I watch the news. If I want to know about conservatives or what the conservatives are doing, I watch OAN, Newsmax, Fox maybe, little less than like I used to. If it's Tucker or Carlson, I watch Fox. Ben Shapiro or stuff like that. That's where Facebook is coming into its element. Yes, there is right-wing propaganda on Facebook because the mainstream media is all left-wing. Even Fox to this day. You can't really claim that Fox is in Trump's corner, which is why he's talking about making his own media empire, I suppose, if he ever loses the election. Social media giant Twitter has also aggressively censored and suggested that anything improper happened with their either mail-in voting or voting counting, slapped numerous warning labels on tweets for President Trump, and outright banning or suspecting others who use the claim they have violated their policies. Now, we do actually have reporter asked Nancy Pelosi if big tech censorship is doing enough to censor conservatives. Mind you, these are the same people that also want to put us on a list. Just saying. Look, at the end of the day, obviously, what's my thoughts on this? They're going to have a fit when they realise that Parler, Rumble, and Gab exists. Shh, don't tell them. And at the end of the day, I'm actually really impressed with Rumble at the moment, because Rumble has received more traffic from Parler than YouTube has in the past few days. So everybody's heading to Rumble, including myself. I do have a Rumble account on there. It's Nonpartisan Media. I will be adding that link to the description, so obviously you'll be able to check that out sooner when it goes up. But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, go follow me on Rumble, because I don't know how long left I am on YouTube, or how long I have left on YouTube, especially after the first video today. Oh boy. But yeah, at the end of the day, I would say, go follow me on Rumble, because I'll always be uploading videos to there if I have to. Apart from that, guys, as for censorship, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think at the end of the day that people should be able to say what they want on Facebook or Twitter, as long as they're not advocating for violence. And apparently the left have a big problem with that, because censorship. Hey, look, if your ideas were so popular, you wouldn't have to censor everybody else, would you? Also, Trump is also doing a $30 million... the Democrats are trying to raise $30 million to beat Trump in court. If you're so worried about Trump losing the election, why are you worrying about the court cases? Just saying. More stuff from the Democrats don't make sense. Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. Maybe videos tomorrow. I will be streaming today on Twitch. Come and check me out. It's Gamers Caf. Gamers space Caf. C-A-F-E. Apart from that, guys, have a great night and enjoy.